Here's Greg Ryan and Tom Myers from Pinnacle Mega Club with a quick exercise tip that you can do right on the job.
Good morning, I'm Tom Myers.
And I'm Greg Ryan from Pinnacle Mega Club with your fitness tip of the week. Last week we showed you some exercises that had to do with glutes and hamstrings and some lower back. What we'd like to do this week is show you some exercises that you could possibly do in your office. We had a viewer call in and wanted to know if there were some specific exercises that she could do to help her posture.
Okay, most of our lower back problems are just caused by weak lower back muscles. So what we're going to do is first show you how the proper way is to sit in your chair. Now if we look at Greg here, the proper way is to always have the seat set at a height where your knees are either at a 90-degree angle coming up or just a little bit above hip level, and your feet should be placed flat on the floor. The back here should be pressed firmly up against the back. Be sure to select a good chair that does not let you come back too far or too far forward, which is going to put a lot more pressure in your lower back, and that's when you're going to start to feel tired and weak. Now, one of the things we can do if you do start having a weak lower back problem and it's a little tired, you can go ahead and do a stretch at your desk, and you can just place your hands on your desk and push away. You're going to get a nice stretch through the lower back right here. You can hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. If you do feel any pain, release the stretch a little bit. One other thing we can do is strengthen our lower back, and we can take the phone book or some other small book, and you can just do a nice forward bend here, keeping the back nice and flat all the time. This is going to help strengthen those lower back muscles and some of the abdominal muscles also.
Great. Thanks, Tom. This is Greg Ryan and Tom Myers with your fitness tip of the week. See you next week.
Morning, I'm Tom Myers.
And I'm Greg Ryan with your fitness tip of the week. Tom, here's the deal. About 6 weeks ago, you showed us an exercise specifically for the stomach. Summer's coming up. I have 4 weeks left. Can you give me an advanced level exercise that I can specifically target the sides of my stomach to give me that stream-like look for the beach?
I have got the perfect exercise, and you're all going to like it. Greg, why don't you sit down right here.
Is this hard?
This is an advanced move. Now, I'm going to show you a couple different levels so the beginners can start out working with this and build the strength to do it. Best thing about this is also going to hit that very hard to reach muscle area right back here where we all want to get that little bit of inches off there. Okay, Greg, turn your knees to the side. You're going to keep your shoulders level right here. The main thing we want to do is focus on the twist. So we're going to twist away from the waist. Now, for beginners, if you want to go back on your elbows a little bit there, you can lift your legs, and you're just going to start bringing them into the shoulder right there. This way you're not using your upper body, and you're keeping that back nice and strong.
That is hard.
Now, if you want a little bit more advanced move, you can add the upper body and increase your range of motion as you get stronger. This is going to work there. Hard to reach area right here. Main thing to focus on, keep the shoulders straight and twist away from the knees. For more advanced level, you can just take a small dumbbell. I would just recommend 1 or 2 pounds and put it right between the ankles, and that's going to give you a little bit more resistance there. Now, abdominals you can work every 24 hours. However, I recommend you only work them about 5 days a week. Do probably 15 or 20 of these on each side, probably 2 sets. And this is going to help you really tighten up those oblique muscles, because these are the muscles that flatten the stomach. This is Tom Myers.
And Greg Ryan.
And this is your fitness tip for the week from Pinnacle Mega Club. Thank you.
Well, one sport that's certainly big any time of the year is racquetball. So, as part of our weekly fitness tip today, Greg Ryan of Pinnacle Mega Club has some advice for helping players avoid injury.
Good morning. This is Greg Ryan with your fitness tip of the week. This morning I'm going to talk directly to the racquetball players. A lot of times racquetball players will develop tendonitis in their elbows and in their wrists. And what I'd like to do this morning is show you some basic things that you can do to possibly prevent something like that. Something little, but something that can really make your game maybe go from a C player to a B player. First thing that you might want to do is just increase your wrist and your forearm strength by just taking one of the balls that you play with and to squeeze it 40 or 50 times every morning to get a little bit more of strength into your forearm. What this will do is it will allow the tendons in your arm to strengthen themselves. A lot of times what a lot of guys will do is they'll start aching about the second or the third game, and it'll start developing a little bit of a twinge there. Another thing you can do, and this is just kind of a basic one, is to make sure that you follow through on your backhand. A lot of guys and a lot of girls alike will basically just short chop their swing, and it'll put a little bit of attention on your elbow as well. If you want to get a little bit more extreme, what you can do is possibly grab a dumbbell of this nature and do some wrist curls. The way you would do this is basically take your wrist, palm down, and lift your wrist like this. Do this about 20 times, 3 times a week, and that'll help get your wrist a little bit more strengthened. This is Greg Ryan with your fitness tip of the week. See you next week.
2 different exercises today. The first one is what we're going to call a kickback. Now, if you notice on Greg's alignment here, his elbows are directly beneath his shoulders and his knees are directly beneath his hips. Greg's going to bring his leg in right up to about his belt line, and notice he's keeping his back nice and strong here, and then he's going to push the leg out so that each time he's working through the gluteals, and he's also going to be working in the hamstrings. This right here is going to work the largest muscle in the group, the gluteus maximus. Now, one other exercise you can do is you can take that leg and keep it extended out, and we're just going to do small lifts coming up there. You never want to take that thigh above the hip level. This is going to work into that gluteal muscle a little bit more, and it's going to tighten it up and give a little bit more strength and endurance that way there. Same positioning the whole time. So you can alternate these exercises, do 3 or 4 sets a day, and in each set do 15 to 20, and make sure you work both legs so you get an even workout.
Wow, man, you can really feel that, Tom. Thanks a lot this morning for showing us how to do a glute and hamstring exercise. We're here on location at Pinnacle Mega Club with your fitness tip of the week. Next week, we're going to start showing you some posture exercises that you can do in your office while you work. Thanks for watching.
All right, and thanks a lot.